Go for it, yeah.
Howdy, partner. That's it.
That's it. Would you like to say something?
Greetings.
Greetings, yes. Beautiful carnival fantasy, yes. Hello, friends. We're walking down the pier in Cozumel with none other than the gorgeous, the fabulous, the scintillating Cole.
Scintillating.
Cole
That's a new word.
Of the Blue Hen, Delaware. How are you,
Blue
Cole?
Hens!
What are you up to today?
Me?
Yeah?
Oh, I'm gonna go buy some charms for my mom for a Pandora bracelet. She's coming on board next cruise.
Right, so you gotta treat mama.
Oh, always. I treat mama always. And then I'm gonna go download some episodes about men in drag.
Right, otherwise known as RuPaul's Drag Race.
Exactly.
Right? Yes. Oh, what are they on, season 10 now?
Yes, season 10. It's down to the final 4.
Ooh,
so I need to watch
the
it.
Shade.
The shade
drama.
of it all. The
All
shade.
tea, all shade.
Then crack. Oh wait, do I have my fan? No, I don't. My fan's in the room. Oh well. Or else you would have gotten the fan clack of the century.
Oh, okay. Otherwise, you would get some Vogue on the pier, which would be extra production value. All right, kids. Well, Jog and I, we are going to Hotel B, is the idea. We've seen it, we've heard about it, we want to go check it out. So we're gonna go relax for a couple hours, try to get to my Q&A video, and otherwise soak up a little bit of the good life. She's going there, sporting her glasses today, taking a break from contacts for a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, otherwise, without this one, who are you?
Right, well, there you go. We've been talking about going to this Hotel B for a while now, probably 6 weeks, 2 months already.
Yeah.
Maybe even longer than that. What do we know about it? Pretty much nothing. It's towards the north of the island, it's starting to get to where you get up towards the airport a little bit. It's right next to this one shore excursion that we did. That's kind of how we saw it and we wanted to know about it.
Casa La Playa, right?
La Casa en La Playa, which is one of our Carnival shore excursions, which is also quite nice. We're not, you know, we love doing Carnival shore excursions. We love doing our own thing. We love doing it all, finding out about everything. So that's what we're going to try to do. We heard there was sushi there.
We love sushi.
We love sushi. Nice pool. We've checked the rates in terms of, say, if you were going to stay there on vacation. And it actually looks very reasonably priced. And from the pictures and everything we've gathered, the rooms looks nice. So I don't know how much we're going to be able to check out the rooms or what have you, staying in the hotel experience. But we're at least going to get the being there for a day experience. So what do you think, first impressions?
It looks really kind of happy, cheerful, and young.
Happy, cheerful, right? No, it seems like a very hip spot, right? We do notice they are doing construction at the place next door, so hopefully it's not going to be too loud. I hear a little bit of drilling right now, but so far it doesn't seem so bad. Let's go check it out.
It's one password for one device.
Okay. All right.
What do you think, Dragon?
I like it. It's so cute. You know, it's going to be much more better when they finish with, you know.
Right, there's construction going on over here.
Making noise, but it's very cute. They have a hot tub there. Thank you.
Come here. I don't know if this looks good or not.
My head is too big, babe.
So this is relaxing. Oh, try not to wiggle too much. Got my leg over here. Maybe just scoot over. There you go, double chin and all, yeah? Alright, so this is not sexy. Here we go.
Double chin and all.
So we made it here. We found this very nice sunbed. The whole layout of the place is very nice, very sleek, hip, contemporary, modern. All right, so we're all set for a relaxing day. We have, my goodness, how much time do we have?
We have like 3 hours and a half.
At least 3 hours, 3.5 hours, before I gotta head back and get on the pier and say hi to folks as they're getting back on board. So I think we do something different for this video. I think we're gonna do obviously a little bit of a first impression review walkthrough of Hotel B. We're also gonna do a little Q&A as well. I think we can do both together.
A little nap.
And a nap. Well, we are gonna nap. Dragana's gonna sit in on this Q&A if that's all right with everybody. What do you think?
Yeah.
I think that's okay.
I think it's fine.
I'm not seeing any sushi, do you?
Baby.
Oh, am I missing it?
Sushi rolls.
Oh, they have two choices.
Maki and B maki.
There goes these guys on one of our favorite tours. Let's see if I can zoom in to where you guys can see. On the speedboat tour, surf and turf, awesome shore excursion. Yeah, if you didn't see that video of us on the speedboat tour, that's one of our favorites, the surf and turf. It involves being on the Polaris Terra Cross 4x4, off-roading, mudding, which is something that I've really come to love recently. And then also, you get out on the speedboat. If you haven't seen that video, check it out, it's on the page. So let's get to what we've all been waiting for. I know we're all riveted, we're all on the edge of our seats. You guys sit up a little bit, ain't nobody can see you. We're gonna go with our Q&A.
All right.
All right, so I think I posted this, was it last week already? You have Wi-Fi on your phone?
I'm trying to connect, but I think they give me password, which is not working.
Okay, I've got Wi-Fi from my Sprint signal.
Can I try with yours?
Yeah. Okay, so first of all, thanks to everybody who wrote in a Q&A question. It's awesome. We have 108, well, it says 108 comments. I think they're mostly questions. Occasionally, sometimes people use the, you know, when I post, hey, post a Q&A session, I think sometimes people use that box to post other random stuff. But anyway, I'm gonna load them up, see if we can find the beginning of these. My goodness. All right, drum roll, first one. Stacy Loveless says, hey Benjamin, how many cruises have you been on? Definitely more than I can count. Basically the way to think about it is on average we would do 4 to 6 cruises a month on any ship, and I've been working 10 months out of the year for coming up on 8 years. I did have a year where I worked in the corporate head office, so that doesn't count because I wasn't cruising then. So we can say maybe like, just say 6 years, whatever. So about between 40 and 60 cruises. So let's say 50 cruises a year for 6 years. Is that about 3,000 cruises? Am I doing the math right? No, it's 300. I'm being an idiot.
It's confusing. 8 years.
I'm not good with like math and like zeros and stuff. 300, we'll go with 300 cruises. Wow, that question took way longer to figure out than it needed to. Mark A. Craddock, what is the worst food you were forced to eat on a cruise or island but had to fake that you liked it? Very creative question. One, I love food, so you're definitely gonna have to work to try to find food that I don't like. But worst food, I don't know. Worst food that we have on board, everybody makes a joke, and this is no disrespect to my friends from Southeast Asia, but they have fried schmelz, which is very popular in Philippines, Indonesia, Thailand, other places as well. I think even in like South America they like that kind of stuff, right? But it's basically just fried little fishes. They don't smell good to me. I like seafood, but I don't like sardines. I don't like the really like fishy.
I don't like nothing but those
anchovies. She's vegan, so she don't eat any of that. But I don't know, forced to eat, I haven't been forced to eat anything. And in terms of the food, like honestly, let's say other than like an extreme example like that, I love all kinds of food, everything from escargots to sushis to whatever, I don't know. You put it in front of me, I'm probably gonna eat it and I'm probably gonna like it. I just love food. What do you think?
Yeah, he will eat it all.
Yeah. Chandra Michael, what does your wardrobe look like? You must have a ton of clothes. Do you have a ton of clothes, Boo?
Yeah, it's mess. It's horrible.
So unlike most relationships where, you know, the lady would have one closet and then maybe also start infringing upon the territory of the guy's closet, ours is the opposite. I have my own closet and I have stuff in her closet as well. So yeah, I mean, I have about 10 suits. Like, yeah,
around 10 suits. I don't know how many.
About 10 suits and just a
lot
of other clothes. More clothes than I need probably, but definitely a lot. People say how many times you change in a day. I think somebody counted on a C day. It's like between like 5 and 8 times I change clothes. So yeah. Russell commented on a cabin size, larger than a bread box, but not so much. Yeah, it's small. It's small, but you also, I think, realize how little space you actually need to survive. You know, you learn how to be like simple, yeah?
I think it's fine. Like basically what we spend over there is the time when we are getting ready for work in the morning, and then at the night time we are so tired that we maybe watch some movies, some comedy, some clips.
Yeah.
We talk about our day and that's it. We fall asleep actually. Yeah.
All right, Roy says, do you ever get tired of sailing? No, I mean, I love my job and I love what I do. I do think like any other team member, when we do a 6-month contract or an 8-month contract, or if you're insane like me, I'm kind of in the midst of doing a year straight right now, you do start to miss like little things about home and land life, cooking, going to the movies,
outside during the nighttime,
not having to wake up to an alarm clock every single day. I think those are the kinds of, you know, miss dogs, miss my animals, and obviously family. Family is always number one, right?
My mom and my sister.
And I miss playing music. I mean, I play music on the ships, but I don't really have a chance to do much of it. But on land, like, you know, my brother, my dad and I will sit down and we'll just like go through old folk songs, Americana songs. We'll play music for like, you know, 6 hours at a time. So I think those kinds of things I miss, but I wouldn't say I get tired of sailing, no. I love what I do, but like anything else in life, it's all about balance. It's about doing the right amount of something and then also having time to break, refresh, rejuvenate, and get back into it. Rebecca, will you ever be the CD on the Sunshine? That I do not know the answer to. I don't get to make that call. We'll see. I would, maybe before it's all said and done, because we, you know, maybe going to do another 3 to 5 years. I think before it's all said and done, I would like to go back to South Carolina and do the South Carolina cruise director thing one more time.
To retire from there.
Yeah, that'd be kind of a nice little, like, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Curtain call, I guess you would say. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Natasha says, after vacation in October, will you and your girlfriend be back on the same boat? Absolutely. That's for us a non-negotiable thing at this point.
I'm going over with my baby.
Yeah. Without my baby go nowhere. Yes, no, we stick together. We've been kind of on the same page about that from the beginning. We never, really our goal is to never spend a day apart. I know it sounds a little cheesy or codependent or something, but we like each other and we don't want to be separated.
No, I don't want to be separated.
Never.
No good.
All right, Marcos says, how does one become a cruise director? I mean, I didn't see that as a degree plan or option. Looks like you have a blast. The Flying Scotsman is my favorite. See you in September. Oh, okay, well that's good. No, Chris Williams is a very, very talented cruise director. I actually knew him back when he was a playlist cast member, singer on the Sunshine. I worked with him back in 2013. How does one become a cruise director? Without writing you a novel, start working on cruise ships, probably be a good start. Work in the fun squad, and then just wake up every day and try to be the best team member that you possibly can. Try to be better than you were the day before. I mean, for me, I had no thought in my head for 4.5 years, but I want to be a cruise director. I want to be a cruise director. I want to be a cruise director. And then one day you wake up and you're there.
And you're a cruise director.
then one day you're like, you know, standing in the wings, getting ready to do your very first welcome aboard show, and, you know, having the living daylight scared out of you. Leanne says, do people tip the cruise director? If so, what was your largest tip? Certainly it is not like required, nor do I really encourage tipping the cruise director. We have a very good job. I've been given a lot. Like I don't need tips. But that having been said, every once in a while, sometimes people insist on it, and usually I'll actually take that money and give it to my cabin steward, because we have cabin stewards there, you know, or I don't know, spend it on this one, right? sort of. We would go out for
Yeah,
lunch or something like
yeah.
that. You know, it goes to like, kind of like our walking around money. But largest tip, I don't know if I can say, but sometimes people are very generous and well beyond what is necessary. So please never feel obligated to do that. Ashley, what is your favorite and least favorite part about being on a cruise ship? Least favorite part. What is your least favorite part?
Being far away from family.
Yeah, definitely being far away from family.
And not enough sleep.
Yeah, getting behind on rest.
Yeah.
I think, and I've said this in my Q&A sessions on the ship, I think the only thing that I really, really don't like to see is sometimes it's very sad when, you know, most of our guests, 99.9% of our guests are awesome, amazing, kind people. But every once in a while we encounter people that are just like, seem to be like not happy in life and not happy with themselves. Which is one thing, but then it's another thing, like don't take that out on others, and particularly on our team members. Sometimes I see team members, you've seen this, you know, getting mistreated, and that's not nice. It's not nice to, you know, for our...
Sad seeing all these people who are working so hard, and then you have somebody who just didn't woke up in the good mood and treating these people like they're not a human being.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, all of your cabin stewards, your waiters, you know, those guys work so hard. So, you know, even if you don't always get exactly what you want, I would never encourage giving those guys a hard time. Because, I mean, they work hard and they deserve whatever love you can give them.
Maybe they didn't understand you in a certain time, certain point. So if you know, ask them again for the thing you need, and I'm 100% sure that they will do whatever they can to, you know, make you happy.
Yeah, they're good people.
They are good people.
All right, Ashley, how much better is a journey cruise? We're hoping to take the one in September with you. I'm looking forward to it. So I've actually never worked on a Journeys cruise before. I did a handover on one on the Mexican Riviera where I was like 8 days just chilling on the Miracle, getting ready to take over, but I didn't actually work on it. So I'm looking forward to it. We're going down to Panama and Costa Rica and a few other places that I've never been to. Are you excited?
I'm very excited.
11 days. So it's going to be good.
Something different, so it's good for us to change the ports.
Exactly. Yeah, for us, it'll be a big, you know, mixing it up. In terms of how much better is it, I don't know. I guess it depends on what you're looking for, right? If you're looking for 4 or 5 days of just like fun and partying, definitely a shorter cruise. The Journeys cruise is going to have more throwback experiences to the Carnival of the days of yore. They're also going to do different more enrichment. You're going to have more opportunities to learn about the ports, and there's going to be a lot of additional entertainment. So it'll be my first time going through it in September as well. So wish me luck. And but yeah, we all going to get through it together, right? Megan says, do you get land sickness? How do you deal with it? I'm not exactly sure if I know what land sickness is, but I think maybe what she's talking about is when you're on... Oh, right.
Maybe.
The homesickness, which we sort of already talked about. Yeah. Or when you're on the ship and it's rocking and then you get on land and you feel like you're still moving.
No.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know, land sickness. Yeah, we all miss home, sure. Christy, how many Guy's burgers do you eat in a month? I don't think I've had any in the last month, which is astounding. You know, usually when I get on a ship that has Guy's burgers, I'll have kind of a few in like the first weeks because they're like, oh, Guy's. And then afterwards I get a little bit like, not that I don't like them because they're delicious, but the problem is they're too delicious and they're not like precisely good for you. And then also when I eat one, it makes me want to sleep for 3 hours. So I kind of just don't eat the Guy's. I mean, I don't even know when the last time I had a Guy's burger.
It was when I was cruising, and that has like maybe...
Have I not had one since then?
2 months and a half, no.
Not one since then?
No.
So I haven't had one in 2.5 months.
Yeah.
So there you go. It's even longer than I thought. Christy, what one onboard activity would be your must-do for a new cruiser? Well, obviously start by going to the Welcome Aboard show because that's going to kind of set the mood and set the scene for the whole cruise. If I had to say of any of my events that I recommend you don't miss is our music trivias in the atrium lobby. I think for, you know, what I like to do, my style of cruise director, for me that's kind of like a high point, right? We get a bunch of people in. I love music. I love, you know, people coming together for, you know, the music is, I love music regardless, but I think it's also a powerful conduit towards like that community spirit. So I think piling a bunch of people in a place and singing and dancing is a way to kind of share like a positive energy and put some good vibes out into the universe. So I'd say don't miss the music trivia. Have some vegetarian pizza for this one and some ceviche for me. You haven't had ceviche try it sometime. How's your pizza, babe?
It's good. It's falling apart, but I think I'm done. It's too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ceviche. Take a little bit of the fish, a little bit of the chips, mix it together. Friends, so we had a little bit of lunch and a little dip in the pool. Now we're ready to get back into some more Q&A, and we still have like a billion more questions to go. Kristen, who wrote a lot of questions, said, if you weren't a cruise director, what job do you think you would want to have? Would I want to have? Well, probably doing something like this, honestly. I mean, to be a professional vlogger is something that's very difficult, something I would enjoy, but I think we're a long way away from doing that. But I do think something that involves, you know, some sort of FaceTime camera work and also travel, I think I would enjoy tremendously. I think that would kind of be my dream job at this point, to be sort of like the Uncle Benny version of Rick Steves, if you guys know who that is, going around doing travel videos. By the way, we hope the music and the birds are not too loud. It's a very exciting spot. Nicole says, what is your college degree in? For better or for worse, I studied philosophy. I didn't know anything about what cruise ships were until after I was already done from college, finished with college, and yeah, I don't know. Had very different plans for my life. I was either going to stay in academia and become a professor of philosophy, or I was also playing in rock bands and sort of living in my car and, you know, traveling around the Southeast playing shows. So I was going to kind of do that too. Honestly, I didn't really have much of a plan.
Anyway, he's still a philosopher.
Dill says, do you get bored with the same exact activities every cruise and having to say the same thing over and over? Well, the nice thing is I don't really have to say the same thing over and over again. You know, obviously there's a kind of a skeleton to all my events where I think he's distracted by that. Did you put the napkin over there?
Yeah, I told you they will remove. They're smart. Animals are smart.
We have another menu, don't we? Can't we put the menu over there? Okay, hopefully the bird problem has been resolved for the moment. So yeah, Dell's question about, do I get bored with the same exact activities every cruise, having to say the same things over and over again? Yeah, I mean, I don't, because I don't have to say the same things all the time. I have a certain like skeleton to the events, if I say certain bullet points that help give a structure to whatever it is. But one thing that I feel like I'm pretty comfortable doing and that I kind of look for opportunities to do is to go off script, and yeah, I call it like Ben Cruise Director Tourette's, right? To be able to sort of look at, you know, is this guest doing that, or what's going on in this situation, or something funny about earlier on in the day, you know, callbacks, and how can I, you know, incorporate that into the unfolding story of all the events throughout the cruise.
Most of the time you improvise on the stage because you have some situation and then you just, you know,
I love improvising.
Say whatever and then let's hope everything will be fine.
I've kind of like slowly just had less and less of a filter the longer I've been doing this. But it's been good. It's been very freeing, and I think I've been able to find a lot of humor and be able to kind of expand my repertoire in terms of what I can do in the activities by doing that. I mean, I kind of sort of treat what my job is, maybe it's not always wise, but I sort of treat it as like stand-up in my own little way, like stand-up comedy, always trying to find a new way to bring more humor into the events. All right, so Wanda says, who is the current maitre d' on the Fantasy?
Yusuf from Turkey.
And the assistant maitre d', or the, was it the senior maitre d'? And then
maitre d' Yusuf from Turkey, and the maitre d' Silvestre from Romania.
There you go. Yeah? Anybody would know, she would.
They're great people. Yeah. Good team.
Very good to Dragana, and very good to the whole team. So it's good for everybody. Kevin Hyder, Kevin, is "Don't Stop Believing" your favorite song? No, not by a long shot. But I do kind of, I started saying it sort of sarcastically. It has kind of become a slogan for me. If, like, you know, ladies and gentlemen, get out there, go have some fun, don't stop believing. It's funny, right? He's like, don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. I know, but I do like the song. I don't dislike it. I do think it has a unique power to get people very, very excited. Maggie, you ever been late getting back to the boat after an excursion? Yeah, all the time. A lot of our shore excursions, kind of like you count on them getting back maybe 10, 15 minutes after the back on board time for the rest of our guests. That doesn't mean that if you're not on a shore excursion, you can just come back whenever you want to. You should definitely be back. Airplanes.
And birds.
This is such a great idea. That doesn't mean that you should just be coming at any time you want to. But if you're on, like, say, which ones are on Passion Island, shore excursions to the mainland, you can kind of almost count on them being back like 15 minutes after back on board.
When we did Progresso, when we went to Chichen Itza, we've been like 45 minutes after back on board time, but that was the Carnival excursion, shore excursion, so in the case things like that, they're waiting for you. You're not in.
They know where we're at, you know, they know, okay, you know, the Chichen Itza tour is still coming. This is who on the tour, we're waiting for you. It's when we don't know where you're at when it starts to be a problem.
Yeah.
All right, so Steve and Teresa said, what is your lady friend's position on the ship?
Restaurant hostess, as well in charge for the Dr. Seuss breakfast for the kids, renewal of vows, and weddings on board. A lot of things.
And who are you and where do you come from?
Who I am? I'm Dragan and I'm coming all the way from beautiful country, Serbia.
Serbia.
Not Siberia.
Not so you from Siberia? Serbia.
Oh, Russia.
Yeah.
No, Russia.
It's not where she's from. Jason says, boxers or briefs? It's kind of a personal question. Have you heard of boxer briefs? Enough said. Barbara, are you going to be on the Fantasy in November? No, I'm definitely going to be on vacation then. So just so you guys know, so I started on ships. This contract started in October of last year. I was on the Vista and then on the Victory, and then I went from there to the Fantasy. I had 2 weeks off, and then I've been here since February, so I'm kind of doing a year straight. I'll be there to the end of October, so November I will definitely be on vacation and not doing nothing. Laura, what's your favorite beach? So a tough question. I've had a chance to go to a lot of really nice beaches. What are some of our favorite beaches?
Half Moon Cay?
You know, our private island of Half Moon is honestly like very hard to beat. It's a very, very beautiful beach.
It's just
yeah.
Beautiful beach.
I really love this place called Sayulita. It's on the west coast of Mexico near Puerto Vallarta. And you get to Puerto Vallarta, you can drive an hour north to it. It's this very beautiful Mexican hippie surfing town. And it's just stunningly beautiful. You can surf there. And I would stay there forever if I could.
San Martin, Orient Beach.
You like that one, yeah?
Yeah.
I went out there once, yeah. It was nice.
It's nice. And not
it's a really nice beaches in St. Thomas and St. Lucia. I mean, really every Caribbean island has some very lovely ones.
Especially St. Lucia, they have this black sand from Volcano Beach.
Yeah, same in St. Kitts.
Gorgeous, yeah.
Black sand beaches. I went to this really nice one off the east coast of Puerto Rico, this island called Vieques. And it's one of these like bioluminescent beaches where if you're there at night, I didn't get to be there at night, but you can actually see like the beach like, you know, lights up with this algae that like glows in the dark. But even during the daytime, it was just very beautiful. Patricia, if you get sick, can you have a sick day or do you have to suck it up and be your chill for self? Both. Yeah, you can have a sick day. If you're a cruise director and you go down, it's a much bigger deal. So I, as a cruise director, have never gotten signed off. 3 years of being a cruise director, I've never had a sick day. I once lost my voice for half a day, and then by the afternoon I was already back working again.
And it was my fault because I was sick and then you get sick.
But that day, no, I didn't even take a day off then.
Yeah, no, you didn't.
No, I'm talking about I was on the ecstasy, and I just like one day woke up and like couldn't talk. But then by the afternoon I was still hosting events again.
No replacement for this guy.
Blake, story of the time you got left at port. That will probably have to be one for another day.
It's long.
Yeah. Russell says, staff dining room or crew mess? Back in my cruise work days, there were certain days when the crew mess was great, other days not so much. Really, there's not much of a difference between the staff mess and the crew mess. It's just kind of a different setup in terms of like how you go in there. Staff mess is smaller, but I don't know. Honestly, a lot of times I think the crew mess has better food. More variety, but yeah, very similar. Lido deck. That would be my answer. But I don't have time to eat that much. We kind of just run in and eat. Sometimes.
We have our snacks because we don't have really time to sit and eat. So most of the time we have like our protein bars and granolas and almond butter kind of things, you know, give you a little bit of energy, and then you go back to work here and there running all the time. So
from where our cabin's located, it's like a lot of times easier just to eat in the room than to go down. It's easier to just have some snacks. Margaret, are you and Joseph Dining still going to be on the Fantasy? Joseph.
I believe they think about the maitre d' who retired.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he's not anymore with Carnival. Yeah, I believe.
Is there a server named Joseph as well, though?
We have a lot of Josephs as a server, so. Yeah, if he's a server, they're here, they go somewhere else. Most of the time they're not coming back on the same ship. And even if they get some schedule in the meantime on their vacation, things can change, because literally when they reach the hotel, they know where they're gonna go next. That's like 100% then good information when they reach hotel back from vacation here in the States.
Yeah. Jolene, how do you all purchase personal products? Does the ship have a mini grocery store?
No.
Personal products, I think you're referring to like deodorant, toothpaste and stuff. You pretty much got to go outside. They got a couple little things in the gift shop if you have an emergency, but pretty much every time we get into Mobile, a lot of the team members are raiding CVS and Walgreens to stock up on stuff. Wendy, do cruise employees have to pay to use the medical facilities? No. No, that's one of the nice things about it is you're 100% covered for the duration of your contracts. We have a doctor and a whole team of nurses, and if they need to, they'll send you outside. I have acid reflux, and in 2013 they sent me off the ship to get a upper endoscopy and check everything out, make sure it was all right, and I never saw a bill for any of that.
No, never. I had a few cases when they sent me outside, but everything was covered. So all our medical expenses, they're covered by company.
Julie, when do you typically find out what ship you will be on for your next contract? Mine tends to be very, it depends. It definitely depends. Things are changing all the time. But I mean, like if you're on a core ship, like for instance, sorry, I gotta quit doing that. So if you're like on a core ship, for instance, the Ecstasy was my ship for like 2 years, then I knew where I was going to. I'm on the Fantasy. I'm not sure if they're gonna have me back on the Fantasy or send me somewhere else. I'm still kind of waiting to find out. So yeah, we'll have to see. I probably won't know for a few more months to come, I don't think. Scott, how do you keep from eating too much? Buffets and great food surrounding you. One, I just don't really have a lot of time to eat. None of us have time to eat. Plus, this one's vegan, so that limits your options. Vegan, except for the cheese pizza you ate today. And then also, like, I actually do eat a lot of food, but I am on my feet all day running around, so that helps.
You don't eat too much. You think you eat too much, but you don't.
I feel like I eat a lot.
No. But you have 2 meals a day and 2 times snack. That's it.
All right, Lyndon, have you been to any of these ports? If so, which do you like better, Costa Maya, Progreso, or Yucatan? So Yucatan is the name of the entire peninsula, so both Costa Maya and Progreso would be located on the Yucatan. Which ports do I like better? It's hard to say. They have different things to offer. I think Progreso is very good if you're looking for Chichen Itza, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. A lot of very impressive Mayan ruins, I think, is the main draw for Progreso. Costa Maya has a little bit more of a variety where they have Mayan ruins as well as more like activities like drove dune buggies there the other day. You're working on a video for that one. They have a nice water park which you can visit. What else are people doing in Costa Maya? Well, there's a lot to do actually in the port area.
Kind of excursions and snorkeling.
Snorkeling. Yeah, they say actually the snorkeling in Costa Maya is actually quite nice. I haven't done it, but I've heard good things about it. I think there's also just a lot to do like in the port area of Costa Maya. Like the port itself, like there's lots of shops, restaurants, big pool. Yeah. I think there's a lot of like, more than any port I've been to, I think there's a lot of like activity in the port. Angela, did you get married? Not yet. Did I get married?
Not yet.
Not yet. Anna, are you interested in becoming cruise director for the Vista or Horizon? Such a big ship deserves someone with your energy. You know, there's a lot of factors into those decisions as to who gets to be on those ships. I was cruise director on the Vista for a week last year. It went well. I was coming back from a long break and was kind of trying to get back in the swing of things. But no, honestly, I would be more interested in doing kind of like a ship with an interesting itinerary. Longer cruises and maybe a bit more variety in the ports and a chance for me to kind of see something different. I think that for me is more of a priority than being on a ship that's like the newest, latest, greatest, and glamorous or what have you. Tabitha, we will be on the Fantasy in September. Are there any themed deck parties like 80s Glow Party or the Electric White Night we need to pack costumes for? So we have the music trivia parties, which we are going to do, if it's a 5-day cruise, likely Motown, 80s, and country. And then also we do have the deck parties. We've been doing Mega Deck Party on the 5-day cruise. Maybe we also do 80s Rock and Glow on the 4-day. We just kind of got to wait and find out. That's a little in advance for us now. But at this time we're doing on the 5-day Mega Deck Party. But we do have a 1980s trivia party, which you're still more than welcome to dress up for. Trinity said, our cruise is next week, June 21st on the Fantasy. Will you be cruise director? Yes, and it's coming up soon. Trinity. See you in a couple days. Stop by and say hello. Leanne, or Lene, what's the most exciting place that you've traveled to? So many places. I don't know. You go. What's the most exciting place you've been to?
Oh my God. I love going to Greece. I just love being in Greece.
Yeah.
Like whole Europe, because for me it's very easy to go one day in Austria, one day in Hungary. You sit in the car, you drive a few hours and you're in a different country. But with Carnival, let's see. I love San Juan, Puerto Rico. I really love it.
Yeah.
I think it's gorgeous.
Old San Juan is really nice.
Yeah, it's a beautiful city. And also one of the favorite islands. It will be St. Martin, definitely.
For you, yeah.
Yeah. Have a lot of nice memories from this place.
For me, I've, been to some pretty cool spots. I think one of the most interesting is I get to go to Ushuaia, which is the world's southernmost city, located at the bottom of South America, which is not all that far away from Antarctica at that point. Other most exciting places, I get to visit the Azores. This is like on vacation with but the islands are very interesting. Yeah, it is what it is. That was a very beautiful spot. Other really interesting places. What are you laughing at?
I will take him to Serbia.
Yeah, well, we're going. I think for me, any place that's like really remote interests me. Like just places that are very far away from other places.
Like for example, our plan next trip, whatever, if we go vacation, it's Iceland. I would love to go there. Yeah. Iceland.
It's very popular with European tourists. Everybody's going to Iceland there, but the States it's like still kind of like becoming a thing. Alice Faye Morgan, do you love me as I love you? Baby Alice, you know I love you, boo. Kelly, what happens to the ships once they grow too old to sail? we take them out and sink them. Yeah. So. Now, yeah, we sell them to other companies who keep sailing them. Yeah. Until they get to like 50 years old, they pretty much just keep going. They just get repainted. So, for instance, the Carnival celebration is, I believe, the Bahamas celebration now. The holiday, I think I saw in Europe, was belonging to Iberia Cruceros, I think. But basically, they just repaint them. That's really kind of funny. Laura, what do with all the videos? What do with all the videos? You shoot from the cruise, and do you know where you'll be next summer? If you're watching the YouTube channel, you can probably figure out what I do with the videos. Next summer, not a clue. Very long time from now. Randy, how many times have you had a balloon given to you that looks like you? Huh? Randy is a man. And thank you, Randy. Hope you coming back and cruise with us again. Kayla, will you marry me? And then Abigail commented on the same picture. My daughter asked, and he said he's faithful to his girlfriend. Well, I have a girlfriend, and that's apparently not part of the question. Is am I faithful to my girlfriend? Yeah. Kayla, what do you think? Can I marry Kayla Dragana?
I'm sorry, too late.
Oh, okay. Abigail says, "Uh-oh, this is a bad question."
It's not.
Should we answer it?
Yeah, we share everything, but I don't know if you want.
Abigail says, "What happened to the old girlfriend B, the one with the eyebrows?" Yeah, so that didn't work out. That's probably about all I should say on the subject.
Yeah, when people are ex, that means something didn't work well. That's why they're ex.
Yeah.
Right?
Rick. No. You know. Yeah. It is what it is. Life happens. All right, Rachel. Fantasy was my first cruise. Not a question. All right. Wendy. Do you recommend the buggy ride in Costa Maya for kids? I'm not exactly sure what the age limits are on it, but I do know, I mean, it's like 4 to a buggy, so like mom and dad can be driving up front and kids can be strapped in the back. I don't know if there's a minimum requirement. I do think there was like definitely teenagers on the tour when I was there. I don't remember any little kids. Does Carnival go out and recruit in different countries, Patricia asked, or do they only recruit out of Miami? Yeah, we're recruiting people from the Philippines, Indonesia, and South America and Eastern Europe, all from the convenience of Miami, right? No, so we have recruiting agencies all over the world, actually. How did you get this job? You're from Serbia.
Yeah, we have an agency at home. Basically something like work and travel. So it's not just about cruise, it's about a lot of jobs who are like connected to working, traveling, and being, you know, in the different countries. So you apply, you go for one interview, second, the third one, you have a Skype interview from the personnel from our main office, and then on the final you have people from the Miami coming to your country or country close by where you're going for your final interview, and that's it. Yeah. Because other way around, if we need to travel in the United States for interview and it's not safe that we're gonna get a job, it's a waste of our time and especially money, because you need to count the flight tickets, the place where we're gonna stay, and as well visa fees.
Yeah.
And if they're gonna even give us a visa just for a job interview.
Pam, when you were a little boy, did you dream of being an astronaut, a baseball player, a cruise director? I think when I was a kid, yeah, I dreamed of being like a rock star, I guess, you know, Jimmy Page with an electric guitar. I also dream of like writing novels, actually. I was that kind of dork. I wanted to be like an Ernest Hemingway or something, which still might happen. I've probably got a few books in the works somewhere along the line after I get off ships. I don't think I really had much pro sports dreams. I think I realized very quickly that was like not going to be in the cards for me. Musician and writer. I think that's what my dreams were growing up. I didn't know anything about cruise director till after I was already out of college. How many more of these do we have? Andy. Got to give a shout out to my man, Mr. Andy Usher. I love you, brother. Andy, I grew up with, going to the church in Blythewood, South Carolina, near Columbia, northeast part of town, Killian. And he said, do you remember the days of Awana, Killian? What was your favorite part? I really enjoyed doing the games. Your girlfriend will never understand what Awana is, but I wanted to ask. Yeah, Awana was great. So this is like kids program in the church growing up, but it was like really involved. So there's a lot of the church and all the kids participating, and we had like a lot of kids coming. It was like, you know, 100 kids every single Wednesday, and from all ages. And you know, we'd obviously do Bible lessons and what have you, but we also did a lot of like really fun stuff. And probably, I think my favorite part, the thing that we always look for in Awana was the Awana Grand Prix, and it was just like such a big deal, right? Where you would have these little cars, wooden cars, and you would like carve them. You would just start as like a wooden block, and you would carve them, and you would, you know, kind of decorate them, and you'd have to weigh them. They had to be like exactly like 5 ounces or something like that. And they had a little track, and you race them. And it was just like the thing that we looked for, the Awana Grand Prix. We looked for all year long. It was like such a big deal. Chelsea, what is the Uncle Benny coffee special? That would be a grande soy latte with an extra shot of espresso, which is 3 shots of espresso. Get the day started. Hunter, if you could choose any ship to be on next, which one and why? I'm not sure if I could pick, you know, exactly, but I think, like I said earlier, just something with maybe a little bit of a more diversified itinerary. I'll say that. Nicole, so going on the Ecstasy, which was my ship 2 years ago, do you know who the cruise director is, and are they as cool as you? I think it maybe should be Gary Blair. I've never met the guy. I'll meet him in August at the Cruise Director Conference. I think he's from South Africa. I've heard very good things, and he does very well in our ratings and what have you. So I think you'll be in good hands. You'll probably like him more than me. And Jennifer, I'm nervous about taking my kids on their first cruise. Any tips for cruising with kids? So 13, 7, and 3. Yeah, drop them off in camp and pick them up at the end of the cruise. That's what I would recommend. Don't be nervous. I don't know. There's plenty of stuff for the kids to do. Get them busy doing stuff, and then, you know, you, mommy, and daddy go spend your own time. Sherry, booked on the Cruise to Panama in September, our 11-day Journeys cruise, celebrating 20th anniversary. Any tips on what we shouldn't miss? Definitely on that cruise, just keep up with those fun times because there's going to be a lot of special activities and things that, like I said earlier, that I'm going to be learning about and unfamiliar with. But I think in general, anybody celebrating anniversary, anybody celebrating love, go to the Love and Marriage show.
Not to me is going in the dining rooms for dinner. Some people, they even don't know that they can come. They're staying like whole cruise long up on the
They'll be
buffet.
like, they think they have to pay to go to the
Yeah,
dining.
they need to pay extra so they can have a dinner in the dining rooms. So no, don't miss it. It's nice. Brunch, breakfast in the restaurant, it's much better than upstairs on the buffet area. For example, spa, don't miss spa. Like you have sauna and steam rooms. It's free of charge. Go enjoy. It's relaxing, right?
Yeah. And I think also if you're like, you know, celebrating something special and you really want to treat yourselves, the chef's table, right?
Yeah, chef's table, it's a good thing. It's really interesting.
It's a 7-course culinary journey guided by your chef de cuisine, top chef. I've never had a chance to do it because, you know, it's like exclusively for our guests, but you know a bit about it, right?
It's a 12-14 people maximum. You have like special place where dinner will be held. They don't tell you that in the beginning. It's kind of surprise. You have cocktail wines included, galley tour. So literally they take you during the most busiest hours in the kitchen to show you how everything it's working and how they're preparing all these meals in such a short amount of time. And then later on they take you to this place where you're gonna have your dinner with a 7-course meal with our sous chef and chef. They're there to explain you everything. It's a really nice experience.
I think if you're celebrating something, it'd be
and
like...
especially on this ship because we don't have any specialties restaurants. So if you want to do something different for one night, that's the good thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, only a couple more. Kevin, my man Kevin. We've already answered this question, but I just want to give a shout out to my man Kevin for the victory. He was a very, very nice gentleman that we got to know. So yeah, November, I'll definitely be on vacation. Come see me in Asheville, North Carolina. Oh, it's from DJ Fiji. Fiji says, what ship are you on May next year? If so, can I request it? Fiji, love you, brother. Fiji's an awesome guy. If you guys cruised in the last couple months, you got to know Fiji, who's an incredible pro DJ, very engaging, very friendly with all of our guests. I enjoyed working with you, man. Next year, yeah, no idea. We're still waiting to find out. I'll let you know. I'll post it on the page. All right, my friends. Well, that is quite the extensive Q&A session that we've managed to do today. Oof, I'm a little bit exhausted. I feel like I just got done like hosting like Love and Marriage show.
I think we should jump in the pool and slowly get ready.
Yeah, it is now 1:30. We got to start heading back pretty soon. So I'm gonna get back to it. Yeah, we're gonna go jump in the pool. We're gonna relax for a little bit before we get back in the game. My name is Benjamin, your cruise director, your Uncle Benny, your boy Ben. This here is
Dragana.
and we appreciate you hanging out with us for our joint Q&A session as we hang out here at the beautiful Hotel B in Cozumel, Mexico. Y'all be good.
Ciao.